Hello. Welcome back to another short video this week. This one is long overdue, should have done it weeks ago, but most of you, I'm sure, know at this point that Machine Head made an announcement a while ago about the 25th anniversary of Burn My Eyes, their classic debut album, which I've already done a review for, so check it out, go on. Not only did Machine Head announce a tour for the end of the year, where they're going to play Burn My Eyes in its entirety, but 3/4 of the original band are back together. So Rob Flynn, of course, he is Machine Head, let's be honest, and he's back with original drummer Chris Kontos and guitarist Logan Mader. Unfortunately, there's no sign of Adam Deuce, which I think is somewhat understandable. I don't think things went too well with them. I seem to remember something about Adam trying to sue the band for lost earnings or something like that a while ago. Quite a significant sum of money I think he was asking for as well, so I'm guessing things aren't going too well with those guys, so unfortunately he won't be there. So bass duties will be performed by Jared McKieran, a more than competent bass player he is. He's a great energy. He's certainly brought a lot to the band, as they've been doing for a good 5 years or so now. It's going to essentially be an evening with Machine Head, and from what I understand, the first half of the show will be all the Machine Head classics that we know and love from all of the albums other than Burn My Eyes. And this will be performed by Rob Flynn, Jared, and 2 as yet unnamed musicians. And I'm guessing that these 2 guys will be the full-time members of Machine Head when they're finally announced. And then the back half of the show will be Burn My Eyes played in its entirety, as I said, by 3/4 of the original band, which I for one cannot wait to see. Their Brixton Academy show sold out in 8 hours. I believe they've announced a second date for that, I think, and also the one that they had in France sold out apparently in 1 hour. So I know that they've definitely announced a second show for that one. No, I've just checked my notes. Apparently there was no second Brixton show, but there was a second Paris show announced due to phenomenal demand. That's nice to know. Oh. I managed to get myself a ticket for one of the UK shows, and I'm very much looking forward to that. It's in December. Is it December or November? I think it might be November actually. I'm sure a lot of you will have seen some of the videos that they've been posting on their site as well. I'm really excited for this, really am. I know that a lot of people have kind of washed their hands with the band after Catharsis, which I still stand by is a fantastic album. I still really enjoy a lot about it. And also we had the sad departure of Phil Demmel and Dave McLean from the band, both of whom have been with the band for a very long time and contributed immensely towards it. But having seen some of the footage, I am really excited for this lineup and for these shows. There's a great sort of round, well, it's not a round table, it's essentially a round table, but there's no round table involved, with journalist Dom Lawson. It's really great. It's the band kind of listening to some of the old tracks from the album and reminiscing on how they wrote them and what they wrote first and who contributed what. And it's really cool to see Rob, Chris and Logan in a room together just kind of chilling and talking, and you can see the excitement for all concerned. For Chris Kontos especially, he seems totally amped, you know, he's really happy to be there. And they also recently released a live in the studio version of them playing through Davidian, and it sounded great. It sounded like it did when it first came out. And I guess that's something to do with the chemistry of the band playing that. I think Chris has got his own style, everyone has their own style of playing whether they like to or not. And they even mention in the round the table discussion how Logan as well has his own unique sound, his own unique hand to the guitar playing, and the solo in particular I think they mentioned has just got this really weird kind of vibe to it that no one else could really capture apart from him, so it's a good thing to hear. And I'm sure a lot of the old school Machine Head fans are going to be interested in this one. I just felt that it was time that I did a video for this, because I know that a lot of the people who follow this channel are big Machine Head fans. I know I picked up a lot of subscribers from the Machine Head videos I've done in the past, so I just wanted to acknowledge that this is happening, and my thoughts thereon, fantastic. Cannot wait to see that show. Make sure you leave a comment down below Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Do you think it's all a waste of time? I doubt any of you would think that. You'd have to be a twat to think that. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. You're all Machine Head fans as well, I'm sure, especially of Burn My Eyes. Let me know what that album meant to you as well. If you haven't already, go and check out my classic album review of that. I did it about a year or so ago now. And I'll leave a link to that as well. That's pretty much all I wanted to say for this one. I haven't forgotten about my Disc 2 Empath review. I have actually already filmed it, so I'm going to edit that together. That'll probably be coming out towards the tail end of the week. And I'm still very much going to be doing my Crack the Sky classic album review. Mastodon's classic album, of course, which just celebrated its 10th anniversary. As is often the case with the classic album stuff, what ends up happening is actually I get really involved in the writing and get really into it, and it ends up getting a bit longer than the usual reviews. So I'm expecting this one to take a little while to put together, so that's why there's been a delay on that one. But that will be coming out probably next week now. But I am in the middle of doing it, and it will be coming out. God, I'm also going to do a review of the new Sun album. Some people announce it as Sun O, but I think that O is actually a reference to the sun itself, because it's got the O and then the brackets, kind of like rays radiating off, sort of kind of like rays radiating off the sun, if you know what I mean. I used to think they were called Sun O, but apparently it's Sun. Are there people down there? Basically, that's my roundabout way of saying I've got plenty of stuff coming up. I managed to get a copy of that at Record Store Day as well, which was today. And I think that album actually was released a week earlier than it is at most other places. So aren't I a lucky boy? I've gone on way too fucking much, so I think with that